Acha. Hi guys, we'll just let everybody join in for now. Hi Deep. Yeah, you can see that too there. Hi guys, let's start with the questions. We have Prayag with us today, and he's studying mechanical engineering and management in Technical University of Hamburg. So,
Hi guys, this is Prayag.
yeah, if anybody has any kind of mechanical engineering related questions, hello Bharat, is Bachelors in Mechanical Engineering good from Germany or not?
Yes, obviously, come on, this is the land of cars and everything. So, mechanical engineering has a huge scope over here, and yeah, this is the right place to come and do your masters if your domain is mechanical. Definitely, a lot of scope.
I need to know what grades in a level I require for mechanical engineering in Germany. Bachelors, right?
Yes, preferably in the good universities, right? You probably need above 7.5 or 75 percentage if you want to get into a good one. Okay, of course, which is good, which is bad is again a thing of perception, but preferably above 80% is a you have a good shot in getting in any of the universities in Germany. Yeah.
How to get into university?
Which one, huh?
uh, is there any scope for automobile, guys?
Yeah, we were just discussing before this live session that there's a rule coming in Germany where they want to get rid of all the combustion cars by 2020. So a lot of work is going on now currently in the automotive electrical segment in Esslingen and in Ingolstadt. So if you want a bit of both core mechanical and electrical as well, there's a lot of scope and work that's happening in Germany, and then you can probably venture into that.
So Yash is asking, can you please tell us which branches will be good to choose for masters?
Again,
opinion.
yeah, that depends upon what you're doing in your bachelor's. Provided that he's doing mechanical, right?
Yeah.
So the few of the courses that you have is like hardcore mechanical, then you have automotive, and then one course which I am doing in TOHH, that is mechanical engineering and management. So that's like a good blend of both mechanical and management sort of courses, which has scope in probably logistics, supply chain management, in sales, communication, etc.
Okay, and what are the job scopes, like scope of job after your course?
Yeah, again, see, it depends upon first of all which course you are doing, right? So, for example, if you're doing something called mechanical engineering and management that I am doing, so the scope is quite varied. You can be in project management, you can go for a product officer in product development. Also, logistics is huge in Hamburg, especially because it's a port, as you know. I think the second biggest port in Europe, right? Yeah, I think after Amsterdam, I believe. So, lot of scope in logistics, especially in supply chain management and technical sales, like I mentioned earlier, and also marketing. I think that's something which is also quite important. And other than that, you have manufacturing field as well. If you're from mechanical, there's a really good course in Dortmund if you're into manufacturing, and you have something called metallurgical as well in Aachen. So those two also are quite good if you are something related to that, and there's a lot of scope concern about jobs as well. Yeah.
Chirag was asking, what is the scope for aerospace?
Aerospace, I'm not very sure about it, but if you want to get into an aerospace company, right, there's this course called Computational Mechanics. Okay, that's quite a famous course in Germany actually. A lot of universities offer that, including Stuttgart, Munich, I think Ingolstadt, Esslingen. So I think computation is something which is related to simulation. If you guys from mechanical have an idea about that, so and there's a lot of scope and a lot of work to be done in aerospace, right? So you can probably venture into that, look into that, and yeah, get into your dream aerospace company.
So Bivas is asking, what is the cost for your course, like mechanical engineering and management?
Yes. See, I think as Bharat must have mentioned in his earlier videos, most of there is no tuition fee in Germany, right? Except one state which you said in Bavaria.
Yeah, Baden-Württemberg.
Yeah, exactly. Where the fees is 1,500 per semester, but generally Masters for your 2 years of course, I think around 10 to 15 lakhs, okay, depending upon which place you are. If you're in a bigger city like Munich, Berlin, Hamburg, I think it can go up to 15 lakhs. But in some smaller places like Ingolstadt and stuff, you can probably, I think around 10 lakhs must be enough around. Okay. Again, depending upon if you're doing a part-time job or not or whatever, but around 10 to 15, I would say.
And Anina was asking how many courses did you apply to, and
Okay.
yeah, like how did you decide to choose this MEM?
See, exactly. First of all, you need to have a domain ready, what you want to do in, right? So I went to Dart website, put in the keyword as mechanical, course as English, field this thing masters. We have options for field of study, and then you get a lot of options, right? And then I went into each of the websites of the universities, read about the curriculum and the syllabus that they have, and then look properly, okay, what you want to do later on, because the curriculum is really important. Because 4 universities might have the same course as mechanical engineering, but the courses will be very varied and different. So it's really important that you guys look into the curriculum, the syllabus, and then choose the right one. And as I was really interested in management as stuff, like management sort of aspect of the work, and so this course sort of fit my bill, and that's why I chose MEM, DOHH.
And Basil is asking, what was your grade in BTech?
Oh, okay, nice one. Okay, so I think I studied in National Institute of Engineering, Mysore, which comes under VTU. It's I think sort of the fourth or fifth best college in Karnataka, and my final CGPA was 9.1, and I have 2 years of work experience. So yeah, you can say 9 is pretty good, but you don't have to be disheartened if it's lesser, because like I said, above 8 should be fine if you want to get into few of the best ones. But yeah, mine was 9.1.
Anime Art is asking, does the score in 10th also matter for MS in Mechanical Engineering?
No, not really, man. I mean, I think it's the most important things is your engineering courses. What's your grade? Especially sometimes they even ask for your grades in specific subjects, okay, like thermodynamics or combustion engines, etc. Like in TUHH, they specifically ask you how many hours you have devoted for every aspect of the subject, right? So even that is important. But 10th grade, no.
So Apurv is asking, what is the scope of renewable energy in Germany?
Oh my god, even that's a really a booming branch. I think Bharat also might know about it. Because as I was mentioning earlier, they want to get rid of all the combustion engines, and they want to get into renewable source of energy and electric cars. And there's a lot of scope going on, especially even in my university, TUHH Hamburg, especially in biochemical and environmental. There's a lot of scope, a lot of work going on in renewable. So if you're interested in that, I think Germany is your destination, definitely.
Ajinkya, this biotechnology thing will be taken in another video. For now, we will talk about job opportunities. Aina is asking again, like, what are the job opportunities in general for mechanical engineers?
Yeah, right. So this is probably like a mantra. I think Bharat must have mentioned it in his videos many times, right? See, job-wise, first of all, you obviously need to have a good resume, right? And I would say grades are important over here, like in anywhere in any country. But so is the German language, right? I mean, it's quite important that you have a basic B1 level of German skills, so you can talk to your subordinates and your colleagues in the office and make things clear to them. And then, other than that, you have really good scope from job point of view. But I would also recommend you guys to do internship or some sort of work student during your masters, so that you can get some insights about how companies work in Germany. So that will eventually sort of help you when you're applying for jobs after your masters, right? So yeah, that's what I would say. And as I mentioned earlier, I think scope is abundant, man. Come on, I mean, in material, in project management, in metallurgical, lot of work is going on. So
yeah. I think let's take this question too. Is there any scope for robotic engineering?
Yes. I mean, we have a course in my university as well called mechatronics, and you have a specialization in robotics as well. And like renewable, I think even robotics is a booming area. So if you're really interested in that, I think you can apply to my university as well. I mean, think
Yeah.
robotics in mechatronics is really good.
Yeah.
The work over there, we have really good professors. So yeah, that's a good option.
I think that answers your question, Lakshmi. You're completing your B1. Would we suggest mechatronics? Yes, for sure. Do you work there, Prayag?
Where?
Like here in Germany?
No, not yet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm actually in searching for a work student now. I mean, currently I intend to work for this semester. I have finished my 2 semesters in Germany, so preferably get some work student or some internship for 6 months or so, and then probably start planning about my master's. Sorry, about my master thesis.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I intend to go about it.
Mm-hmm. Could you enlighten graduation scenarios, possibilities? All right. I guess for this question, let's talk about what are the different specializations that Germany has to offer. Like some specializations that come out of your head.
See, as per if you even go to the website and DART, pertaining to mechanical, you will have the similar ones which you said, mechanical, automotive. Even guys from mechanical can be renewable as well. Then, as one of my friend mentioned, robotic engineering. Mechatronics is again one really good area for mechanical as well. And then someone who is looking for both management and mechanical aspect, then MEM in TOHH is a good option. And then again, like I said, if you're looking for simulation sciences, right, like someone said about getting into aerospace, you have computational mechanics, which is a very quite a popular course in Germany. You have them in quite a few universities, like I said, in Munich, Stuttgart, Aachen, Esslingen. So you can go for that. And then you also have a few more practical based courses, right? I heard about a course in Wolfsburg. I think it's related to automotive as well, and they give you a lot of hands-on experience. So I think could be good for a job point of view as well. So yeah, that's what I would like to say.
Mm-hmm. And Prayag, wait. Aina is asking again, which universities did you apply apart from TUHH?
I would tell you I applied in Ingolstadt, in the University of Bochum, and TUHH of course, and the next one being Esslingen, and the last one being the Dortmund one, MMT, right? So, and I think I had an admit from Ingolstadt in automotive. So then eventually I chose MEM because, like I said mentioned earlier, I was planning to venturing into management as well. So this is what I liked about the course over here, and so I chose over here. And here in MEM, you have 3 specializations again. One is in product development, other one is mechatronics, and the third one being materials. Right, so you can do 50% of management and 50% of the either of these 3. So you have so many options.
Now, Mudassir is asking, how is MS in instrumentation? Is it somewhat related to mechanical?
I'm not sure about that, to be honest. Not very.
Look, guys, in general, Sagar, we will take your question too. How is commerce in Stuttgart? But for now, let me just explain you one thing which is really important. The scope of something doesn't really have a meaning here in Germany because the unemployment rate is so low. Now, if you're studying a course and you do everything right, you learn the language, you apply for some internships, and then you actually also, like, I don't know, have some projects on the side, have some research papers and all that. If you do everything right, then you don't need to talk about the scope at all. It doesn't matter if it's instrumentation, it doesn't matter if it's aerospace, whatever it is. If you're an engineer, you will get a job here if you learn German, if you have your grades right, if you have some, I don't know, some professional experience in Germany, for example, a work student job or something. What would you say?
Exactly. I mean, see, in India, at times the brand value matters. Okay, you're getting into IIT, you're getting into NIT. Probably that matters for the companies as well. But I would say that's not the case in Germany. I mean, it's not about the university name or also the course name. It's about what is there inside the course. Okay, what do you like? Which are the subjects that sort of like are relevant to what you want to do later on? So you need to dig deep into the curriculum of every course before going for it. just looking into mechanical engineering and just going for that university is not a good option. I would tell you that much. Because after coming here, you'll be really shocked. You're like expecting this and getting all this. So, it can be like very different from what you're expecting sitting back in India. So, as Bharat mentioned, it's about the course, about what you want to do. So, properly look into the syllabus and then go about choosing the right university, because that's the most important thing over here.
Mhm. So W7 is asking that he's leaving to Pedabon to do his student colleague. What should I do before coming there? It's not related to mechanical engineering, but still. Look, W7, don't worry about it. Now, right now, what you should focus on is learning the language. And if you're doing the student colleague, I think you already have B1. So right now, just
Venkateshan, yeah, I think average.
do you have any work?
Yes, I did work for a couple of years. I think as 8 months I was working in Bangalore in a data analytics company, and for 1 year I was working as a design engineer in Mumbai. So yeah, I have 2 years of prior work experience before coming here. And for the guys who don't have work experience, I would say even for you guys, you can come here and apply, right? You can do part-time job along with the studies. So there is no problem as such that you don't have any work experience before coming here. But of course, like in any country, work experience does matter, right? I mean, if you have some industry experience, company will look into that, and you might have an edge over the others, but don't have to be disheartened as such.
Now, Apurv is asking that he heard that TH Ingolstadt is only accepting students from NIT or IIT.
No, that's not really. I
Prayag
can
got
I can
an admit,
exactly.
right?
I have an admit over there. I got an admit. Sorry. I did not go for it eventually, but you don't have to be from IIT nor NIT to get into Ingolstadt. I think if you are above 7.5 to 8 CGPA, and if you have good SOP and all that stuff, I think you should be able to get in. But of course, the courses are getting popular year by year. Like I think this year we have around 14,000 students in Germany, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's insane.
yeah, it's insane. Yeah. So the numbers are increasing. So you can expect a lot of students to apply next year, but yeah, you can get it into Ingolstadt as well. No issues.
Now, Umair Sayed is asking, is TU better or these applied sciences universities?
Yes. See, that was one question which even I had to get answered for myself before coming to Germany. And see, the general trend is that an TU actually, right? It is more theory based, right? And an FH, it is more practical based, right? So you can say from the job point of view, probably people say that FH has a more scope, right? But I wouldn't say that's the case, right? I mean,
Me too.
yeah, because see, I understand that you get more hands-on experience in FH, but see, you can join a TU and you can do some internships as well. So it's a blend of both, right? You know the theory subject as well, plus you know hands-on experience as well. So I wouldn't say that this has an edge over the others, but again, depending upon your interest, both are good in their own ways. So you can choose accordingly.
What I would add to this is, look, I have watched some videos in German. You can type in, Umair, you can type in this, ist TU besser oder Fachhochschule? Like, just type in YouTube and see some videos. And they have actually shown some people interviewing other professors and company executives, and they were saying that they consider Fachhochschule or these applied sciences universities as somewhat like a second grade masters, rather than like, if you're coming from TU, awesome, like, it's like the IIT of Germany somehow.
And I think they those guys have 90 credits in FH, and in TU you need to do 120, right? So I mean, yeah, I don't know if that matters, but like he said, what he said is actually right.
Yeah. Shrikant, I don't know about the pathway program. I also wanted to complete do I need to study German language?
Bachelor's degree, I think you should be knowing about it, right?
Yes. I mean, if you want to do bachelor's here in Germany, then either you have to come through student colleague, or you have to apply directly after the first year of your bachelor's with B2 degree, because most of the bachelor courses are in German anyways. Mechatronic in TUHH or TUM? Was denken Sie? We wanted to talk about this.
Yes, like I said, see, both the universities are really good. I know TUM does come under TU9, I believe. So that way it has a bit more visibility compared to TUHH. But but see, the TUM is quite established. But I can talk about the mechatronics course in TUHH, and it's really good. Right? I think they have specialization in robotics and in controls, I believe. Yes. So like I said, if you want to do in robotics especially or controls, I think TUHH mechatronics is a very good option. But I have heard good reviews about TUM as well. So I think if you get TUM, I think of the two, because I'm studying in TUHH, I don't want to like tell that okay this is better and all. But fine, I think if you have both the options, probably you can go for TUM depending upon your interest. But yeah.
Does gate score matter in admission process? Sahil asks.
To be honest, I think 2 years back there were no requirements of gate from for the Indian students, but of late, a few of the universities they have started asking for gate scores as well, like Aachen,
Aachen,
exactly.
Munich too.
Yeah, Munich too as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, see, I think if you are a gate cleared student, I think it should be fine for you to get in. But then again, it depends upon the number of applicants, right? I mean, come on, if him and me have the same score and everything, and then he has a better gate score than me, so he has an edge over me, right? So if you want to get into those specific universities like Aachen and Munich, like Bharat mentioned, I think you at least need to have a cleared gate score to apply for it, right? Don't fail, clear a gate, and then apply, and then I think you will have a good option to get in.
And Tanmay is asking that he hears about Indian Students Association all the time.
From your YouTube.
Yeah, but I mean the work that you guys have been doing, and he's asking like, would there also be support for Indian students in a remote place like Osnabrück?
To be, I mean, sorry to say, I mean, see, we do try to help the students coming to Hamburg in general, right? I mean, we did go for pickups for a couple of students who were from University of Hamburg as well. But as such, ISA, the domain we cover is only Hamburg and specifically TUHH, because we are a student body under ASTA, which is the official student body in TUHH. And so basically we go around doing all the activities like pickup and other cultural activities really only for the TUHS students. So yeah, that's what you can say. But of course, if there is a very bad case, you guys don't have any help from outside and all, you can obviously ask us, and if it's feasible, we will try to help you out as well. Yeah.
Now Shrikant is asking which one is a better course, like an English speaking master's program or a German speaking master's program?
See, yeah, that's actually, I mean, even Bharat probably can answer it. See, if your German is good enough from the beginning itself, I would actually recommend you to do it in German, right? Because you will, along with your studies, you will be improving your German, your technical vocabulary, along with your normal vocational vocabulary. So if you think you can do a normal bit of German, like A2 to B1 level, then you can opt for that. And you even have courses where they have 50% in English and 50% in German, right? So that could be probably a good blend for you guys to like learn the course and the language as well. But then if you are not that good with German and if you're still like basic level, I would recommend you to go with English and then come here and probably improve your German.
Now Pritham is asking what is the best place to study German in Germany. I don't think like that's a weird question. I mean, you know, you
Bharat's
can
house.
just
He's a
no.
good
I mean,
teacher.
just go to any institute whatsoever. It doesn't really matter because you're in Germany, you know, and the people here who are teaching German, they are very competent, so you don't need to worry about it.
And I would like to add with that, okay, because his German is really good, yeah. But I'll tell, I did my A2 and came over here. But see, learning in Goethe any level and coming here and talking to people, there's a lot of difference in that, right? Because the guys, the way these guys speak German, their fluency and everything, at times it can be a bit difficult for you guys to comprehend it. So till you get hands-on experience with German, you will never know where you stand exactly, right? It's okay if you guys are A1, A2, or B1, but I think once you come here, you need to give yourselves up to the environment and try to speak to the shopkeepers, the people whom you talk in day-to-day basis, and then you can probably improve your German.
Also, I mean, Shrikant's question we didn't really complete properly. I mean, what I want to add is because I studied my master's in German, I will still be studying my master's in German. Look, it is difficult, I would say. The starting is really difficult. For example, in the first few weeks, I was completely clueless because everybody was able to understand Spannung is strain and like this Druck is pressure and all that. But I was having really like a lot of problems understanding all of those things. So I would say in the starting, you might have problems. Nah, but if you really want to work hard, if you want to, I don't know, I mean, if other people are putting just 100 hours inside, you might have to put 200 or 300 hours inside to do the same thing. But if you get through it, then you have definitely way more benefits in the end than an English speaking course with somebody who didn't learn the language.
Exactly.
So this is what I think about it. Now,
No pain, no gain, right?
yeah, exactly. No pain, no gain. Aina asked, how is this Ingolstadt's course Mappe? Aina, again, we are telling you, if you want
which
to.
course?
MAPE something.
I'm not sure. Is it? I think a pretty production one, but I'm not sure. If you can tell me the full form, I might have some.
Just a second. No, I mean, in general, we talked about it that, if you have to compare two courses, go to the syllabus and actually read them for yourself. Otherwise, you can keep comparing all kinds of courses. It doesn't make sense at all. Yeah, it's production engineering.
Production engineering. Yeah. So I actually have a friend over there. She came, I think 6 months before me, I believe. So the course is really good. I mean, I think she was doing some internship in the between. So it's a good course for the people who are from, I think, probably from industrial engineering background or production engineering background. So Ingolstadt is actually a good option. I think they have one more course, like I was talking about, automotive electricals as well. So this and production engineering are like two of the most sought out courses in Ingolstadt. Yeah.
Now Sahil is asking, what is the scene of cultural activities in TUHH?
Yeah, for that I think you need to follow. You need to subscribe to Bharat's channel.
He's in the ISA.
Yeah. So I mean, we conduct a lot of cultural activities as a part of ISA, and we also have many activities from the university as well. So we have something coming up next month called the India Day, which is like a cultural activity where we'll have dance, music, skits and stuff, and I believe the Consulate General of Hamburg will be gracing the occasion as well. And then we have other sports activities, and then the biggest event was in Sommerfest. I think it was in August, I believe, where we put up a stall of Indian cuisine, and a lot of people from Hamburg came to the stall. And then we conduct some cultural activities during Diwali and other stuff as well, like potluck and all. So yeah, there's no dearth of cultural activities, but I don't know if they want to make that as a criteria to come here, but
yeah. No, I mean, I recommend TUHH anyways. That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, Pranav is asking, is there a backlog effect on your visa? Like if you failed a few times?
I've heard some cases, because obviously I do not have them, but I've heard that they do ask about it in your visa interview. But I think if you have like a genuine, proper explanation to that, it shouldn't be a problem, right? I mean, okay, if you have like a lot of backlogs, I'm not sure, it could be a bit difficult to get into the good ones, the so-called good ones in Germany. But like a few of them, it shouldn't be a problem, provided that you eventually cleared them with good grades, and you probably have a rational explanation telling why did you not clear it in the first attempt, right? So as such, I would say not a problem as such. Yeah. You don't have to worry about that.
Now, Prayas is asking, is there a course like computer science and management? I mean, there must be.
Yes, there is one in Cologne. I don't know the exact course name, but even I have a friend over there, and she's doing something like that only, management and computer science. So I think you should probably go and check it in DARD. I think the name of the university I don't remember, but I think it's in Cologne, I believe.
Yeah, exactly, guys. I mean, you can use DARD for everything. If you have a doubt, really, like research it first. Then you can feel free to ask like whatever questions.
Yeah, because in India we don't have a website called DARD. Okay.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
is such a comprehensive information about all the universities, right?
Yeah.
So that's a good thing that they have in Germany.
Yeah.
You have data about every university. Find them out and go to the website. and study more about the course.
Yeah. Also, Shivananda is asking if 7.8 will be enough to get a seat in Applied Sciences University.
Uh, it probably, I guess 7.8. I mean, see, I can't tell you exactly a cutoff as such, but I know people who have got in with 7.8 as well, right? Probably they have had a couple of years of work experience as well, but you can definitely give it a shot. I mean, there's a good possibility that you might get in.
Apurv is saying that do you really think MEM is good? Because I've heard that German techno management courses are not so great.
No, not really. I mean, come on. I mean, like I said, it depends upon what you make out of the course rather than the course standing for itself, right? So, like I was talking,
Exactly, yeah.
So it depends upon the subjects that you take and how you can venture into the jobs that you have over here. So there is a lot of scope. In fact, I had one of my friend getting a job yesterday itself as a technical sales officer, my senior in Dresden, right? So yeah, he did have to like work for around 6 months finding for jobs, and he has a good German as well, right? I mean, he did tell me that German is important, and but yeah, I believe he did not have any prior work experience before coming here. But yeah, I think 6 months after finishing a master's, he did find a job. So I mean, there is good scope, man. You don't have to worry about that. But like I said, don't come here thinking that MEM, I have done MEM, I will get a job. No, right? Look into subjects, look into different topics, and then accordingly you have to apply for jobs, right? No one will give you a ready-made job based on MEM course, no. And that is relevant for all the courses in Germany, right? I'm computer mechanics, I'm automotive engineer, no. Right? What you make out of the course is much more important.
Rishi is asking if 7.38 is good enough for MEM. Look, guys, I mean, the intakes really, it changes from, like, the quality of application changes from one intake to the other one. So I don't know how accurately we can say if 7.38
Exactly.
can work or not.
And at times, even the timing also matters, okay? I mean, don't don't apply on the last day, okay? Even that is bad, because in case the seats are already filled, you may not get an admit in the beginning. Like, for example, I have had a friend who did not get an admit in the beginning, but he got it like in the last, like 1 month before coming to university, right? So, and they had delay in their visa process as well. So like I said, apply early as well. In timings matter, and like Bharat was telling, you can't have a number telling that this is the cutoff, because it keeps changing every year depending upon the quality of students that are coming to Germany. But yeah, like I said, above 7.5 should be good enough for applying for these courses.
Athi, look, I don't really understand. Look, if you want to talk with native speakers, italki is a great application. You know, if you want to pay them and actually like talk to them, I think that's the only thing I can suggest for now. Also, there's that course from Smarter German, and he offers from A1 to B1. You know, yeah. So I think that will be a nice course if you want to take, so that you just want to study on your own. For the people who are asking which exams you have to write to come to Germany, I think in general it's IELTS and
Yeah, I think most of those universities, they require either an IELTS or a TOEFL score. I believe a few ones like in Aachen and all, they need a GRE score as well. Even in FH Aachen, they need a GRE score, and that also they look into the mathematics score more prominently, right? So, but overall, I think an IELTS or a TOEFL should be fine. I think IELTS above 6.5, 6.5, 7 should be fine, and a TOEFL score of above 85 to 90 should be good enough for you to be eligible to apply to all these universities.
Mhm.
And then, of course, you need at times you need your A1 level of certification as well of German, and very few of them they need till B1. But overall, A1 and your TOEFL or IELTS should be good enough for you to apply.
Hi Tarun. Now Rohan is asking, what is the optimum time to apply for MEM?
See, I believe they have an end date. I think this year, I'm not sure.
I think it's always 15 July.
15 July, exactly. So, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, apply at the earliest, right? And this course, especially MEM, it is only a winter intake. They don't have a summer intake, so you can only apply once in per year. So, like I said, as soon as the applications are open, go for it, right? I mean, the earlier the better. So don't apply last week and all, because, like I said, the number of applications are increasing every year. So it can be, even if you have good grades, there could be a possibility that you might not get in. So yeah, be early to apply. That's important.
All right, guys. There's this one student asking what is the average salary of different, fields or different courses in Germany, like after you're done with your masters. There's one really important website. It's called Ingenieurwesen studieren. I will put it in the comments when this video is over, so you can go there. And also, there's this website called www.gehalt.de. Now, on that, you can find all kind of information, like, all right, you can earn this much, that much, and so on. For in general, for civil engineers, you start with around 3,300 euros to 3,600 euros, and like it's just if you want to sit in an office and just do calculations and other things. But if you want to do construction supervision and you are up for traveling around and going to places and, I don't know, working 10 hours per day, then you can earn up to 4,200 or something per month as your starting salary. And how is the scenario in mechanical?
Yeah, I think it's sort of the same amount as well, because both are core branches. So I think it starts from around 3.5 to 4.5. I mean, depending upon what sort of job you have. So I mean, see, salary-wise, it's really good over here. I mean, you don't have to worry as such, okay? Because even if you're going for loans or something, I mean, you'll be probably like taking out around 10 to 15 lakhs. So I think if you get a job, I think you should be able to pay that back in a year or so, right? So don't have to worry that much about salary as such. Yeah, come here and improve your skills, German, and then everything should be fine.
Shubro, we cannot tell you the minimum GPA for automotive engineering because I don't know. Like you were telling me that case when somebody like your topper in the university got rejected.
Exactly. In fact, my very good friend, he has a 9.5 CGPA, and he had a couple of years of experience as well, but still he did not get into any of the universities, to be honest, and which was quite shocking. So I can't really like analyze that and tell you what the exact reason why he didn't get in. Maybe that because he applied late, but I'm not sure if that was the case as well. So see, like I said, at times you can't be like concrete sure that I have these grades, I have this data and everything, and I will get into the university, right? So always keep more than one option, apply to all the viable options, and then go about it, right? So you never know. No one can be sure and tell you that you will get in, right? But be early to apply, and with good cover letter and CGPA, you should be able to get in more often than not.
Yeah. Wait, exchange program, student exchange program between India and Germany, is it possible?
Yes, I mean, especially Ingolstadt, I believe they have a dual course, the same automotive one. I think after 2 semesters or after 1 semester, you have an option to go to Brazil, and the other one is either Singapore or Australia. I'm not sure. You can look into it. So as such, I mean, you can do 1 semester in any of the other countries. Like I have a chemical friend in TUHH. She has gone to Delft now, TUL Delft, for 6 months as an Erasmus student. Erasmus means in exchange in German. So there is an option. You need to apply in advance in your 2nd or 3rd semester to the university you want to apply. And if there are seats available, you can do it. I mean, there is no problem with that.
And Abbivas is asking if your MEM course is 50% English, 50% German.
No. It's 50% technical, 50% management, but the entire course is in English. There's no German.
And Mudassir is asking, what about lasers and optical technologies?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember any course in Germany as such which has lasers, but like TUHH, they have a laser syndrome institute, right? So if you're in mechanical branch, you can work with them if you want to. So like I said, you need to look into the number of institutes and the different institutes that a branch that a college has, right? And what sort of work is going on. Every time they do put it online and mentioning the number of research institutes and doctorates that are working for that. So yeah, so if you're interested in laser, I think you have teachers an option as well, but you got to look for the other ones. I'm
Yeah.
not really clear about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, go to that, guys. I mean, come on, what kind of questions is that? Like, all right, Anthony is asking. Thanks, Anthony. Like, you have been helping out a lot on the Facebook group. Is there a limit on work hours per week during study? The law says 120 full days or 240 half days.
I think you should be doing that.
I mean, I don't know if for me the laws are different because I'm married to Alina, but
Yeah.
in general, we don't work. Nobody works more than 20 hours per week.
Yes.
It is the
No one.
maximum, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Then there are some tax problems as well.
Yeah.
And see, guys, you need to study as well, right? I mean, come on, you're coming here to study, and probably along with that part time. So if you're working for maximum 20 hours a week, your week will be full, and you can earn enough to even manage your month, right? So that should be fine, no problems.
I think like do this 240 half days, from half day, they might mean around 5 hours. Yeah, like maybe like one day 5 hour, second day 5 hours, so on. Just like take care, like whenever your semester is going on, like for example from April till end of July, like these are 3 months, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in these 3 months you're just working 20 hours per week maximum.
And at times, even the company keeps a track of it. They don't
Yeah.
let you work more than that. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can always tell your company that like this is the limit and something. And for me, it's not a problem. They let us do over hours and then we can like get it paid afterwards. But not every company is like that, so be careful. What is the salary for design engineers in Germany?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the similar numbers which Bharat just mentioned earlier. Yeah, I mean, it's a good amount, guys. Come on, I think it's a 3.5K plus every month. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to like telling specific numbers, but this is what I hear, and yeah, something around that.
Esslingen and RWT
Yes,
are
yes.
Japan
I mean,
are
if
they
you
good?
want to do in automotive, right? Esslingen is the best, I would say. I mean, I generally don't go on saying that this is the best and that is the best, but Esslingen has a really good course in automotive electricals, and it is quite difficult to get in as well. I mean, I have had a friend who has really good grades. He has 3 years of work experience, and he did not get it over there. So you need to have a good resume and good experience to get in that. But if you get in Esslingen or Aachen, any one of these two, I think it's a green signal for you. You guys can go for it.
Yeah, Abhishek, so that answers your question. Sharath is asking, will I be able to do part-time jobs while doing bachelors and will it be able to complete all the expenses? I mean, in general, if you're a bachelor, you're a student, you can do a part-time job. Like, it's the same law. Hari, thanks.
And I would also guys who are in engineering and everything, they do more internships also during bachelors, because even that matters in your resume that you have some work experience before even graduating, right? So just don't stick on grades as well. Do some internships, and even that could be helpful down the line.
Now, Aryan is asking which stream has the best scope in Germany, like which specialization of mechanical engineering?
See, that's again a very
Exactly, it's
Yeah.
the same thing that we were
Yeah,
talking about.
exactly.
You can go into mechatronics, don't do anything at all, and then just end up jobless. Or you can like go to MEM. Well, I'm not talking bad about it, but like you have to make the most out of your own course. Just see what interests you, right? Go to the syllabus, see what kind of jobs you can land afterwards. There are like you just have to search online, just
Yeah.
put in Google
I
and you
mean,
will
no
find all
one
of
can
that.
tell you for sure that okay, you do this course in this university, you will end up with a job with this much salary. That's never gonna happen. No one can do that. So, like I said, it's always depends upon your interest. If you're interested in that field, you'll yourselves do really good and go up the order, right? That's how it happens in general in life. So look into the course, and if you're interested, go for it. Don't have any preconceived notions about any courses.
Now, this is a question we get a lot, and Paras is asking, what is the scope of getting a job in India after pursuing masters from Germany?
Yes. I mean, see, I don't have like a lot of things I've heard, but I've had a couple of friends who did go back after their. I think one guy was from Automotive, Ingolstadt, and he's working in FEV in Pune, and I think couple more as well, right? So I mean, see, it depends again. First of all, your university has to be certified, right? You make sure that it is certified so that it has relevance in India as well, right? If you do some university which is not even certified from the government, then it won't be of any use in Germany or in India or anywhere else.
You mean certified from the German government?
German government, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is really important, and most of them are, but you can find some courses like at times there are courses in some universities which are not certified, right? Even if the university is certified already. So even make sure that that's the case, and then it's always relevant in India as well. You can get jobs, but yeah, I mean nothing is for sure, but I would recommend that you get some experience in Germany and then plan to go back, unless you have like decided earlier that I want to finish a master's and get back to India and start something on my own. If that's the case, really good. But yeah, that's what I would like to say.
And what would you say? Like, how do we find this accreditation? Like, if the university.
I think generally it's given on the website because I obviously I applied for 3 or 4 courses, so it mentioned that it's certified from the government.
Yeah, I remember when TUHS shows it
Yeah.
like recognized from ASCE or something.
Exactly. So that's what I'm talking about. So like I said, you don't have to be worried about it all the times, but just make sure that it is certified if you're very sure of coming back to India after your German masters.
And Mateen Khan is asking, do we have any chance to learn German while pursuing masters in the universities? What would you say?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, even in TUHH they offer weekly 3 hours classes in the university as well to learn German. And along with that, if time permits, you have a lot of academies over here like Hochschule or Deutsche Academy where you can go regularly for classes. But like I said, you'll have to make sure that you have time including your academics as well, right? Because if you want to go for like the regular classes, it is like 2-3 hours every day, so it could be a bit difficult for you to manage your studies and this thing as well. So if in any semester you guys are free, relatively free, I would say, you guys can like opt for that.
Now Deep Mahajan, well, that's a weird question, man. Funda Tech is asking, he is studying from BSCIT, and can he
with D grade?
Okay, but he's asking like if he can come to Germany after doing 1 year of MCA. I don't think it works like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure of that. Yeah, because that I have no idea about that. So
yeah, I mean, you should talk to the universities in which you want to apply for some courses. I mean, they will be the best guides. Herschel, can we apply for automotive course with work experience of other field like production?
Yes, definitely. Because see, work experience is something else, and your main domain, that's mechanical, is one thing, right? So if you have done in mechanical, and then if you have work experience in production, design, computer science, anything, right? Like I said, I worked 8 months in a data analytics company and 1 year in a mechanical company. So that doesn't really matter. If you are from the mechanical related stream, you can definitely go for automotive.
Gopi Chand, does TUHH offer Master of Science or Master of Technology? It's Master of Science courses.
Yes.
Mr. Hirsch, how important are 12th board marks for bachelors?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if that matters a lot. Like when I did apply, they did ask for it.
No, wait. I mean, he's asking for bachelors. That means.
Okay, cool.
Look, the main thing that you have to care about is your grade in Studienkolleg. Nah? Like, go to that video where I talked with Ayan and Yash about Studienkolleg and bachelors in Germany. I think that will help you. What about master related to agricultural field? We can't say anything about it.
Go to that.
Yeah, exactly. Go to that. it should be where you get all of your information. Aina is asking, can we apply for automotive with work experience? Yes, we already answered that question.
You can.
How much can we earn by doing part-time jobs, and is it sufficient to live in Germany?
Yeah.
Jaswant is asking.
More than enough, right? I mean.
Yeah, I think it's really more than enough. For example, I'm earning right now 12 hours and 50 cents. No, 12 euros and 50 cents per hour. And if you work like 20 hours per week, like you work maximum for 1 month, you get around 1,000 euros. And already, like, you can think of, your maximum expenses to be somewhere around 700 euros per month.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's more than enough. Like, you can even save some if you want, but I wouldn't really suggest you that, because look, all right now you can work a lot, and per hour you're getting like less money. Now, but if you work really hard for your masters, you do some internships, you have a good profile, and afterwards when you're doing your like main job, now then for the same number of hours you will be earning more money. So I think that should be what your logic.
Yes, of course. I mean, there are people who have financial constraints and who have taken a lot of loan. It makes sense. So, like you said, see, if you do part-time job, it's always more than good enough to get by for the month. No issues with that, right? So yeah. So if you have that much of financial constraint, yeah, go for it.
Abhishek is asking, what are the main things we need in my resume to get TU Munich?
Yeah, I can't really say exactly what all things they need. I think, like I said, you'll have to go to the website and then for the specific course, look at the requirements. But I believe they need SOP as well, statement of purpose. So like in general, I would suggest if you want to come to Germany, start making an SOP as well, right? I mean, there are universities that don't need SOP. Like I think in TUHH they don't require SOP. But then it's a good practice to start with an SOP, a 2-page SOP preferably, because there are many universities that do need SOP, and then they probably they might also need a motivation letter. They might need at times a very specific letter. Why do you want to come to our branch as such? So it depends on the university, right? What sort of specific letter they want, and then you have to go about it. But then it's a good practice to start with an SOP for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, if you have any kind of any of these questions, like what are the requirements of something in some university, if I will get accepted or not, just go to the university, talk to the professors. But before even talking to the professors, go to the website where the course is being displayed, check all the requirements, and then if you have a specific question, then you can go and ask the professors, because otherwise, like, people get annoyed too if you just ask random questions like that. Also, look, what I did in my case was I wanted to change from Bauingenieurwesen to Internationales Wirtschaftsingenieurwesen. So what I did was I just went to the professor and I told him, all right, I have like this kind of grade, and what do you think my chances are in getting into this university? No other person other than the professors of those institutes can tell you what your chances are for that university.
True.
Yeah, so in that, they show course of study as German in case of Kaiserslautern. However, it is actually in English. How to overcome such difficulties? I think, Nimit, it's best to just talk to the university, right?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you know this already after going to DARD, and like that means you have done your research, right? So that's a good thing.
Exactly,
I mean,
that's really nice.
You started in DARD and then you got the university and then you went over there and then probably got in touch with them seniors or something.
Yeah.
Right? So it's always good to like back it up, your data, whatever you're getting in DARD. But most of the times it is relevant, it is correct. But yeah, it could be a case. I mean, like you said, it is in English. So what I did is I got in touch with the seniors who were already in MEM, and I even spoke to them about the course and everything. So you have any doubts regarding that, try to get in touch with the seniors through Facebook or through LinkedIn or whatever, because you can easily find them over there.
Abdul Rahman is asking, I did my Bachelor in Mechanical Engineering in Pakistan. What are my chances to get admit in MSc Mechanical Engineering and Management? I think it's the same.
Yes.
Abdul, like what we are saying for the Indian students, or like just, it's general for the international students. We can't tell you what grade would be like your threshold after that you get into your masters. What are general definite requirements
requirements.
for getting admission in a TU. Again, go to
Yeah,
the course.
go to the course and
see the
see, like I said,
requirements.
the general things, just be prepared. Okay, get your SOP ready, get your LORs ready, because there are many of them also need LOR. An LOR means a letter of recommendation. It can be from your professors in your bachelors, or it can also be from your boss in your company, right? So if you have work experience, try to get one from your boss in your company and a couple more from universities, right? So get these documents ready. If you have plans like to coming to Germany next 6 months or whatever, get your LORs ready, SOPs ready, get your resume ready, get your A1 certificate ready, give your TOEFL or IELTS exams. So these are the few things that it has to be ready by the time you start applying for the universities.
Now, Mohammed is asking how to come in contact with the professors of the institutes.
That's a very easy question.
Yeah, you go to the university and then you go to the institute. You go to this about us, or even there will be a like faculty
Exactly.
tab. You go there and then you will have list of all the professors.
Yeah. And you
their
generally
email,
have a course coordinator generally for every course,
Yeah.
who has sort of like a general knowledge about all the aspects of that course. So if you sort of find him, then you can contact him and then communicate with him about all your queries and doubts.
Yeah. Now, how we can approach the professor of a particular university? Exactly what we told you, Subhamoy Patra. Like, do the exact same thing, not just go to the faculty tab and yeah. Kavish Arbab, how important are LOR?
So I would say in many universities it is quite important, right? Like, because see, you can exaggerate a lot of stuff in your own SOP, right? I mean, you may have done like a little work or something, but then you can exaggerate a lot in your SOP, right? But an LOR, it comes from a authorized person, be it your boss or your professor, and he sort of approves the work that you have done in the college, and coming it from a person that is recognized holds a lot of importance over here as well, right? So if the university do require an LOR, try to get it from a really good professor of your university, maybe a doctorate or someone who has worked with you in a project.
Yeah, even I mean, it's better if they have some this Google Scholar IDs too. Like if they have been quoted in other research papers.
Yeah, and if you've done some works and all, like publish some papers and all, so you can ask your professors to talk about them as well in the LORs, and it can be really helpful.
Mudassir, should we go to professors after admit? I don't really understand what you mean by that. Pranav is asking what is scope of after master in aerospace engineering.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a repetitive question.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, a few of the branches like computational mechanics and mechanical, so you can get a job in an aerospace company. Okay, I mean, then again, it depends on what you want to do in aerospace. Do you want to be a pilot? Do you want to be a design engineer over there? Do you want to do simulations? So you have to choose. Okay, mechanical you study a lot of subjects, but in masters you need to be sure what exactly you want to do. Right, you can't be a bit vague and come over here and then get any job in aerospace. Right, so decide which domain is important for you, and then based on that you have to apply and then get the concerned job.
Shivananda Reddy is asking tuition fee for MS in computer science. Come on, dude, like go to DAD. Now it will be mentioned if it has tuition fee or not. For example, if you're looking for some university like Stuttgart, Freiburg, Konstanz, then they're in Baden-Württemberg. That means you have to pay 1,500 euros per semester, and on top of that you have to pay 155. Now, if you're talking about something in Hamburg, in Hamburg,
okay, I just
in Hamburg you just have to pay 300. I don't know, 9 or something per semester, not like 1,500 plus 155. So go to DAD for questions like these. I'm telling you, if you really do your research, if you go to DAD, if you like handle all of those things by yourself, you will have really less questions and really specific questions, which you can even ask the professors directly afterwards.
I think someone's asking about provisional acceptance. That's Videsh Shruva, which you're talking about?
No. Sudhin Poduwal is asking about provisional acceptance. There's this Eurasia Institute which offers this provisional acceptance letter, but I really feel like they're a complete rip-off. So There's this University of Jena or something, which offers a provisional acceptance letter, but most of the good German universities, they don't do it. DUHH will never offer you a provisional acceptance letter. DUM, Stuttgart, none of them will do. You have to complete your requirements and only then you can come. Haricharan is asking IT jobs. In general, I would say this computer science, IT, and electronics, like all these software fields, they're like really good for Germany.
Yeah, I mean, see, there's a misconception that if you are an IT guy, you need to go to USA.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't say that that's the case currently. The scope is really good over here. If you're really good in programming and web designing and everything, there's a lot of scope, right? I mean, yeah, I think you need again basic German level in that as well, but there is a good scope in Germany. So for financial constraints, if you want to come to Germany instead of USA, good option.
I think we're going to close the session now. Why did you take MEM subject?
Yeah, because I was interested in the supply chain management aspect of the course. Like we have logistics and SAP and such courses. So I see myself down the line working in project management or such aspects of the mechanical engineering, and this master's course had the relevant subject, so I opted for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, Prayag, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us, guys. If you have some questions left, like stay in touch. We can take them in the next one, in the next session. Yeah, so don't worry. What I really want to say is do your research. Doing your research is the most important thing, because after that you don't have questions, or you have very less questions. Like I don't like Prayag, you and I, like we applied by ourselves, we found all the information by
Exactly.
ourselves. If we had questions, we spoke directly to the professors, but we talked to them sensibly. We wrote them proper emails, not some vague emails that nobody want to reply to. All right, so take care when you are writing to the professors, and do your research.
Be polite. Yeah.
Exactly. Be polite and be humble. This DAD is your everything. Keep visiting it more often and often. Also, I'll be putting up my website, and I will be putting up some articles. So if you have some more questions or something for basic application process and so on, so you can come to my website and even check it out there. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Prag.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah, answering your questions.
Yeah. Well, guys, bye bye, and we'll see you sometime later.